What's going on, everybody? This is the night shift. Normally, you guys would be talking to or listening to my partner in crime, Jake Hari, but Sundays belong to me. So I'm going to touch a little bit on Monday's slate. It's decently sized. 10 games. I know we got another there's another game at 6 o'clock. I won't really be looking at that, but it's a decent 10-game slate. I've run a crunch for FanDuel and a crunch for DraftKings, so we're going to take a look at those. As of right now, it doesn't look like there's going to be any weather concerns for most of the slate. There's a little bit of rain in Boston tomorrow before the game starts. So as long as that doesn't get pushed out a little bit later, we shouldn't really have any issues with weather. They should be able to put the roof out in Houston. That would be the only other place we'd have some rain. So we shouldn't have to worry about dropping any games due to weather tomorrow. Taking a look at pitching. Actually, you know what? I'll take a look at every game first. Interesting totals. Nats and Pirates projected total is incredibly low as of right now. Wouldn't imagine I'm going to have too much in that game overall. Looks like the Red Sox have a really nice implied total. The Twins and the Blue Jays, the Reds and the Brewers, they both have really high game totals and close to 50-50 matchups. So going to be lots of bats to take a look at there. If I look at pitching for the day, just judging based on my numbers, I'm expecting to see Charlie Morton pop up quite a bit on both sites. I'm expecting to see John Lester pop up quite a bit on both sites. Eduardo Rodriguez will probably be my highest owned pitcher, so we'll take a look at him quickly. And is there any other value? Probably not right now. So let's take a look at some of the crunches. And we'll backtrack from there. I'll take a look at maybe one or two games, and then we'll get out of here. So for FanDuel, I ran 150 lines. This would be what I would normally be playing. 37% Eduardo Rodriguez, 23% Charlie Morton, 19 to Arrieta, 19 to Lester. So that all makes a good bit of sense. It's the four guys that I mentioned here on FanDuel: Morton, Arrieta, Lester, and Eduardo Rodriguez. So I'm happy with that split. I like having a lot of Eduardo Rodriguez, so long as that weather looks fine. And I might as well pull it up now. So long as that weather looks fine, I can't imagine not wanting to play a lot of Eduardo Rodriguez in the Red Sox. Lineup looks nice, but 3.5 run implied total for the Royals is, super small. Looks like it's just behind the Marlins for the lowest on the day. The Royals' best bats are lefty bats, so Eduardo Rodriguez gets the benefit of that matchup. I would imagine this line won't move very much, so I expect Eduardo Rodriguez to be my highest owned pitcher on FanDuel. You can see here from the first 150 lines, Brewers are going to be my primary stack on FanDuel. If I hop over to DK, you'll also see Brewers at the top of the list. So let's take one look at the Brewers game. It's Reds at Brewers. 4.7 run implied total for, I'm missing whoever's hitting third for the Brewers, which is probably not Ryan Braun. Did I type over Ryan Braun's name? Let's find that out while I look it up. 4.7 run implied total for the Reds, 4.8 for the Brewers. It's Brandon Finnegan and Julius Chassin. So two guys that you don't expect to be, keeping the run scoring relatively low. That was looking weird. I was looking at the lineups and they were for today, and I couldn't figure out why the Brewers were not next to the Reds. So Ryan Braun should be 3rd, and Orlando Arcia should be 7th. So let's correct that so I could look at the right data. I mean, what kind of show am I running, you know? It's ridiculous. So we'll get Ryan Braun in there at 3rd. Arcia in at 7th. Yeah, I like that a lot. I am going to end up with a bundle of Brewers. They've got a lot of guys that like Kane, Braun, Domingo Santana, you know, Jonathan VR. Those are guys that I'm definitely going to be looking at having a ton of. Their prices on FanDuel are phenomenal. I don't mind having Yelich or Travis Shaw in the lefty-lefty matchup. Finnegan has a lot of trouble with control, so I think there's going to be runners on regularly, which makes things look great for especially guys like Braun. You know, 3,300 on FanDuel, 4,500 on DK. He'll be one of my favorite plays of the day. I would expect him to be in the spotlight hitters once we get a little bit more data on the games. Brewers are looking like an excellent stack. If you see on FanDuel, Reds popping up here at the top too, they would also be a primary stack for FanDuel. Looks like less so on DraftKings. If I take a look anywhere, you know, I got to scroll down pretty far to get to them. Looks like Cubs, Brewers, and Red Sox are the primary stacks on DK. So I'll take a look at the Reds for the FanDuel peeps. If those implied totals at 4.7 and 4.8 hold, the Reds will be a very popular stack for me, particularly Joey Votto, 4,100, even 4,600 on DK. It's just an exceptional spot against Chacin. You got to expect, you know, Votto has a 425 steamer on base percentage, a 504 slugging. I mean, he's going to get a bundle of plate appearances in this situation. You know, really safe bat. I think he would look great in a cash scenario. But Jesse Winker looks good leading off. You know, Scooter Gennett, I don't love the price, but as part of a stack, I think it's fine. But I would be looking at Gennett, Votto, Winker, Peraza, Eugenio Suarez, 3,100, Adam Duvall at 2,800 on FanDuel. I like the Reds a lot as a stack. I like the Brewers a lot as a stack. I had a lot of Reds and Brewers Friday night when that went well for me. I'll likely have that again, but I'll stack up this game and be very happy with it. If I want to look quickly at the Red Sox for the DraftKings peeps, this is think of it like my really early preview of the potential stacks. I think a Red Sox stack on DK can look pretty nice. Jason Hamill, you know, just not a good pitcher. And if the Red Sox really do finish somewhere around a 5.2 run implied total, which would be the highest on the slate, you're going to want to get Benintendi, Devers, Betts, Hanley, JD, Bogarts. You want all of these guys. I'd say if I was looking at it, I would want Benintendi. I'd want 2, 3, 4, 5 would be my priority. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 would be my priority. And then I would go to either Bogarts, Devers, or Eduardo Nunez, depending on which position I was trying to fit in, whether that's second, third, or short. I think that looks like a really nice stack. On DK for the pitching, it's going to be a lot of Eduardo Rodriguez, a lot of Lester, then Morton. Those three guys look to be far and away the three best pitching options on DraftKings. I guess I agree with that. I can't imagine spending that much on Arrieta on DraftKings. 18%. That'll probably be around the field though. So I'm happy with using Rodriguez, Lester, and Morton as my three main guys on DK. With lots of stacks of Brewers, Red Sox, and then Cubbies. So it's a good Monday slate. I'm really anxious to dive into it tomorrow and get Jake's opinions. We'll take one look at the Cubs as well. You know, I will end up with a decent amount of Lester, and bats wise, it's a combination of either exceptional value, like for Albert Almora or Chris Bryant. I mean, Chris Bryant in particular, to get that matchup against Kyle Freeland, a guy that doesn't necessarily miss a ton of bats. You know, being able to give Bryant that righty-lefty matchup, 4,200 on FanDuel, 4,900 on DK, just a really, really nice spot. I feel sort of the same about Almora, just being able to get those potential extra plate appearances. 2,900 on FanDuel, criminally low. Almora is the guy that I'll have a bundle of tomorrow. I'll have a lot of Javier Baez. I'll have a lot of Bryant. I'll have a lot of Wilson Contreras. And then I'll happily have some Anthony Rizzo. And I think Addison Russell actually has a pretty nice price. 2,400 for a shortstop on FanDuel. In a righty-lefty matchup. You know, Cubs implied total looks like it's going to be pretty sizable because of the pitching matchup. So I would be comfortable going 1 to 5 plus Addison Russell. I don't really love the idea of Schwarber tomorrow all that much, but Bryant is a monster bat. Getting like Chris Bryant's bat and Joey Votto's bat in the lineup tomorrow for me would be monstrous. I think they're both guys that are going to have, or have at least have the potential to have monster days. So it's looking like Red Sox stack could sneak a little bit higher. Where are they hanging out at on FanDuel? Okay, so in the like 8 to 10% range. I don't mind that at all. They'll grade out pretty nicely. And then where are the Cubs hiding there? We're in the 18 to 20% range. Yeah. Man, I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm getting some stacks that I'm really happy with. Friday went really well. I've had a third place finish in the $4 tourney on FanDuel, so it was close. 0.9 out of the GPP Bink. So we're going to have a big week. We should be rolling out the podcast stream, so this will not just be a video stream. You'll also have all the audio and video that we do going up on the podcast stream itself. So you'll be able to subscribe on iTunes and other mediums. We'll still have the YouTube videos. Those aren't going anywhere. Keep an eye out all week for NBA projections. For the premium subscribers, keep an eye out for ownership projections and Awesomos rankings. We'll still have spotlight hitters and pitchers and stacks throughout the entire week. So it's going to be a big week for content. Look for myself and Jake later today. We'll be going through each one of these games individually, drilling down for those of you that have never seen it. We go through every game and check it all out. I'll run another crunch for FanDuel and DraftKings at the end of that video with any changes to the overnight lines, or if any new lineup news comes out, we'll have updates for all of that. But follow me on Twitter at Josh Engelman. Like and subscribe on the channel. It's always helpful for us. And follow the website on Twitter at awesemo_com. That's AWESEMO_COM. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I will see you guys again in the morning. Bye-bye.